Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Ramesh Ramachandran. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. Trump and Khamenei locked in a high-stakes standoff as protests continue. Iran's army vows to safeguard national interest. Trump urges oil companies to invest in Venezuela, but Exxon says it is too risky. And Prime Minister Modi to embark on a two-day visit to Gujarat state will offer prayers at Somnath temple. We start with Iran, which is facing its most serious wave of unrest in years as protests driven by a collapsing economy and soaring prices have transformed into open calls for the overthrow of the Iranian Islamic Republic. What began in Tehran's bazaars after food prices surged has now spread across all 31 provinces, drawing tens of thousands into the streets despite an expanding security crackdown and a sweeping internet blackout. As of now, the death toll from protests in Iran has risen to more than 50. As tensions rise, Iran's army has vowed to safeguard the country's national interests, strategic infrastructure and public property, urging citizens to remain vigilant against what it called the enemy's plots. The protests have spread across much of Iran over the last 2 weeks, beginning in response to soaring inflation, but quickly turning into political protests with people calling for clerical rulers to step down. Authorities have accused the US and Israel of fomenting the riots. Meanwhile, Iran's foreign minister Abbas Araghchi on Saturday asserted that conditions in the country are stable despite sanctions and economic shortcomings. Meanwhile, in his first comments on the protests, Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei on Friday called the demonstrators vandals and saboteurs. Khamenei, in a speech broadcast on state TV, vowed not to back down, accusing demonstrators of acting on behalf of opposition groups in the US and elsewhere. Meanwhile, US President Donald Trump has issued a fresh warning to Iran's leaders on Friday. He said that the situation in Iran is being monitored very closely. He hoped that the protesters remain safe.
We're watching the situation very carefully. I've made the statement very strongly that if they start killing people like they have in the past, we will get involved. We'll be hitting them very hard where it hurts. And that doesn't mean boots on the ground, but it means hitting them very, very hard where it hurts.
And his deputy, the U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, declared strong American solidarity with the Iranian demonstrators. In a post on X, Rubio said that the U.S. supports the brave people of Iran. The statement comes as Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei accuses foreign interference, including from the U.S., in fueling unrest. Rubio's message underscores Washington, D.C.'s focus on Iran's human rights abusers and distinguishes between the regime and citizens. And world leaders on Saturday condemned the killings and arrests of protesters in Iran. In a joint statement, the foreign ministers of Australia, Canada and the European Union lauded the bravery displayed by the citizens of Iran and condemned the reported crackdown by the regime. The nations called on the Iranian government to end the use of aggressive force against protesters and preserve their right to freedom of expression. Meanwhile, the leaders of France, Britain and Germany issued a joint statement too on Friday, condemning the killings of protesters and urged the Iranian authorities to refrain from violence. Expressing concern on the situation in Iran, the UN said that it was disturbed by the loss of lives in the Iran protests.
We're continuing to follow the situation extremely closely, very disturbed by the loss of life that we've seen. As in my answer to Deji, people anywhere in the world have a right to demonstrate peacefully, and governments have a responsibility to protect that right and to ensure that that right is respected.
And shifting focus to Venezuela now, the country's interim president, Delcy Rodriguez, announced that her government was exploring diplomatic channels with the U.S. to re-establish embassies in both countries following the U.S. capture of President Nicolás Maduro.
Quiero referirme.
I want to address our Foreign Minister Yovan Gill's statement where he informed the country and the international community that the Venezuelan government and the United States government are exploring channels to open embassies with what objective? To retaliate the complaint against the aggression our people suffered? Because our women, our men, our girls, our boys, we are deeply impacted by an aggression of this nature. We are going to meet face to face in diplomacy and will go with our Bolivarian diplomacy of peace to defend Venezuela's peace, Venezuela's stability, the future, to defend our independence, and to defend our sacred and inalienable sovereignty.
The Venezuelan government statement came as U.S. State Department officials traveled to Caracas for technical and logistical reassessments regarding a potential phased resumption of embassy operations. Trump said on Friday that Venezuela's release of political prisoners was a sign of seeking peace and that he had cancelled a planned second wave of attacks. He said that he is planning to meet representatives of Venezuela soon. Trump reiterated that the U.S. needs to own Greenland to prevent Russia or China from occupying it in the future. His repeated statements have deepened the divide between Trump and European leaders.
I'm not talking about money for Greenland yet. I might talk about that. But right now, we are going to do something on Greenland, whether they like it or not, because if we don't do it, Russia or China will take over Greenland, and we're not going to have Russia or China as a neighbor. I would like to make a deal, the easy way, but if we don't do it the easy way, we're going to do it the hard way.
Meanwhile, Denmark's defense ministry on Friday issued a warning saying that its soldiers would take up the fight immediately and open fire without awaiting orders from their commanders if anyone were to invade Danish territory. The statement from Denmark comes as the 1952 directive, one from the Cold War era, explicitly states that troops must shoot first without waiting for commands in case a foreign force threatened a Danish territory. In the meantime, Denmark and Greenland's envoys to Washington, D.C. have begun a vigorous effort to urge U.S. lawmakers as well as key Trump government officials to step back from Trump's call for a takeover of the strategic Arctic island. Trump met with top executives of oil companies and urged them to invest billions of dollars into tapping the Venezuelan vast oil reserves. Trump said that oil companies would have security guarantees to operate in Venezuela while declaring that Caracas is open for business. Executives from Chevron, ExxonMobil, ConocoPhillips and Continental Resources were among the 14 oil multinationals at the White House meeting. European companies such as Repsol, Shell and Eni were also in attendance. U.S. officials said that they need to control Venezuela's oil sales and revenues indefinitely to ensure the country acts in U.S. interests, including reducing corruption and drug trafficking. ExxonMobil chief executive Darren Woods said that Venezuela needs significant changes to its commercial and legal systems for it to become investable, adding that he expects the shift to happen under President Trump.
One thing I will tell them, and I will tell you, that we are open for business. China can buy all the oil they want from us there or in the United States. Russia can get all the oil they need from us, and they do like oil, even though they produce a lot of it. But China and Russia and everybody else is able to go, and we'll be open for business almost immediately.
And for his part, U.S. Energy Secretary Chris Wright has said that Washington, D.C.'s interactions with Venezuela have been fantastic after Maduro was captured.
Actually, it's been fantastic. You know, I think Venezuela, the interim authorities in Venezuela realized the game has changed. The way they ran the country before, the way things that worked before, huge corruption in the country, huge foreign powers, adversaries of the United States that had influence. The United States is now in a very strong position because we're controlling the sale of their oil.
In more news from the U.S., the city of Minneapolis, protesters gathered near a U.S. government building as tensions rose over the fatal shooting of a 37-year-old woman by an immigration and customs enforcement official this week. Minnesota officials said that they were launching their own criminal investigation after the U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigation took exclusive control of the case and blocked the State Bureau of Criminal Apprehension from accessing scene evidence, witness interviews, and other materials. The White House reposted a cell phone video from the immigration and customs enforcement official involved in the shooting. Tensions between Minnesota state officials and Trump's government are likely to flare up. The state's leaders have criticized the move as a refusal to cooperate and an attempt to shut out local authorities from the inquiry, while Trump vowed to protect the immigration and customs enforcement and other law enforcement officers as tensions rose over the incident. To West Asia now, as Syria's army announced on Saturday that the completion of a security sweep in Aleppo's Sheikh Maqsoud neighborhood is over amid ongoing clashes with Kurdish forces who deny losing control. Government troops struck after a ceasefire deadline for Kurdish withdrawal expired, with gunfire persisting into the morning. The army urged armed elements to surrender, reporting arrests of Syrian Democratic Forces members, while Kurds accused Damascus of systematic terror via artillery. And still to come on DD India Live. World Book Fair opens in New Delhi. This year's theme is dedicated to the Indian Armed Forces. And northern India reels under a cold wave. More on that after the break.
This has become a constant point of attack for Mr. Rahul Gandhi. This government has given all the positions of policy making and running of government functioning in the hands of RSS people.
RSS people, are they coming from Mars? Are they coming from Pakistan? They are citizens of this country. They have every right to be in any position that they deserve. In India, what happened is there are some people who still are mentally colonized. They are the ones who are making a lot of, hue and cry about this government's call for decolonization.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India Live. I'm Ramesh Ramachandran. Prime Minister Modi will attend the Somnath Swabhiman Parv in the state of Gujarat on Saturday. He will participate in the chanting of the Omkar mantra and thereafter view a drone show at the Somnath temple. Siddharth Bharadwaj brings you this report.
Bharat is known for its rich cultural and spiritual legacy, its diversity, and the timeless spirit of Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. I'm here on the sacred land of Somnath, right outside the Somnath temple. This beautiful architectural marvel stands as a testament to zeal, grit, and unwavering spirit.
These These walls tell thousands of stories of sacrifice, indomitable spirit, and the unbeatable courage. Despite multiple invasions, the Somnath temple stands tall. This is the story of undefeated civilizational strength, supreme devotion, and Bharat's enduring resilience. Year 2026 is of immense significance for the Somnath temple. It marks 1000 years since the first attack on this great shrine. In January 1026, Mahmud of Ghazni launched a barbaric invasion on the temple. Several foreign invaders attempted to destroy Somnath in the years that followed. But after every attack, the great men and women of Bharat rebuilt and rejuvenated the temple with their unshakable resolve, keeping the flame of devotion and civilizational spirit alive. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Somnath in Gujarat on 10-11 January 2026 to participate in Somnath Swabhiman Parv. He will also take part in Omkar mantra chanting and witness a drone show at Somnath temple. On January 11, the Prime Minister will participate in Shaurya Yatra and address a public gathering. Somnath Swabhiman Parv honors the supreme sacrifice of countless warriors of Holy Motherland who stood against the barbaric attacks on Somnath temple, the soul of Bharat and symbol of national pride. Somnath represents the victory of creation over destruction, victory of compassion over cruelty, victory of humanity over brutality, and stands as a symbol of valor and pride.
Actually, it's nice to be here, and at least at this time, we got to know here that is our 1000th year after the formation of this temple. So it's already very glorious moment, I think. And the decorations and everything is splendid and everything. And I think all the arrangements are also very nicely done. You can go in there, you can have the darshan. Very arranged and easily accommodated. Everything is quite nice here.
I'm really honored that Mahadev has called us on this 1000th anniversary, because this is our first time in Ahmedabad only, and then Somnath here. And beautiful ocean, this beautiful ocean, sparkling like a diamond. And I'm here for the meditation camp as well. We have no idea this is this time happening, so it isn't a coincidence, and we are thrilled and our heart is full that we are here. And because of Modi ji, we are able to see such beauty over here of flowers and everything. That's extremely beautiful and heart-building. I really loved it.
The incredible story of Somnath temple continues to inspire millions at a time when the nation is moving towards its vision of Viksit Bharat.
Somnath is eternal. It's a powerful belief, an everlasting trust, and a source of strength for millions who arrive here every day. With camera person Vinod Kumar Oja, this is Siddharth Bhardwaj reporting for DD India in Somnath, Gujarat.
So Om is everywhere. It resides within us and connects us to the universe. At Somnath temple, a symbol of pride, a 72-hour uninterrupted Omkar mantra chant is underway, filling the atmosphere with divinity. And Prime Minister Modi will participate in this sacred event. Siddharth Bharadwaj has more.
Om connects us to the universe. It represents the eternal and infinite nature of the divine. I'm here at the sacred land of Somnath, and in the temple premises, a 72-hour uninterrupted Omkar chant is happening. As you can see, over 2,400 students from different institutions are here chanting Om. And we also have some acharyas here. Let's talk to them.
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र भाई मोदी जी जब से वो एक आर्ष दृष्टा ऋषि के समान है, गुजरात की पूरी उन्होंने गरिमा को पूरे भारत में फैलाई और भारतीय संस्कृति के लिए बहुत योगदान है। जब गुजरात में वो सीएम थे तब से उन्होंने तय किया था, स्वप्न साकार किया था कि मेरा गुजरात नहीं, मेरा पूरा भारत भव्य हो, सोने की चिड़िया का जो एक हमारे मन में जो बातचीत चल रही है वैसा हमारा भारत होना चाहिए। ऐसा आर्ष दृष्टा ऋषि मुनि हैं, हमारे भारतवर्ष के सभी संत समाज, सभी धार्मिक संस्थाएं, सभी पार्टियां भी देखती है कि भारत का विकास दिव्य और अद्भुत है। आज सोमनाथ दादा के सानिध्य में हमारे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ओमकार करने जा रहे हैं। ये जो आप ऋषि कुमार देख रहे हैं, पूरी गुजरात की 40 पाठशाला के 3000 से भी ज़्यादा ऋषि कुमार यहाँ ओमकार कर रहे हैं।
So as you can see, over 2400 students are chanting Om. And Om is not just a mantra. It impacts our body in a positive way, both physically and mentally. And today, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be participating in this Omkar chant, which is an uninterrupted chant of 72 hours here at the sacred land of Somnath. With camera person Vinod Kumar Oja, this is Siddharth Bhardwaj reporting for DD India in Somnath, Gujarat.
The New Delhi World Book Fair is being organized by the National Book Trust in collaboration with the India Trade Promotion Organization. The fair is being held from 10th to 18th January at Bharat Mandapam. For the first time, entry to the World Book Fair is completely free, aiming to encourage wider public participation and promote a culture of reading. The event has drawn over 1,000 publishers from 35 countries with around 3,000 stalls set up at the venue, offering a diverse range of books across genres. This year, Qatar is the guest of honor country, while Spain is the focus country, strengthening international cultural and literary exchange at the fair. Speaking at the event, Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan said that the fair reflects the spirit of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel's vision of national integration, where knowledge plays a central role in strengthening the country. Severe winter weather conditions continue to affect several parts of the country, with dense fog and cold wave disrupting normal life in northern India. Cold wave conditions tightened their grip on the national capital, with people taking shelter at night shelters to escape the biting cold. India's weather agency has warned that the ongoing cold wave is likely to extend across the northern Indian plains, bringing dense fog, falling temperatures and hazardous road conditions. The intense cold and cold wave conditions continue to worsen across the Indian state of Rajasthan as well. Light rain and very dense fog over the past 24 hours have made the weather even more severe. The weather is likely to remain dry in the state for the next 1 week. And in sports, with growing participation and strong local performances, the Khelo India Beach Games are clearly redefining the sporting culture in Diu and creating new opportunities for young athletes. From nurturing beach sports to inspiring local youths, the Khelo India Beach Games continue to leave a lasting impact on the sporting ecosystem of both Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu. Sushil Kumar has more.
The Khelo India Beach Games being held in Diu have not only helped develop a new sporting culture around beach sports in the country, but have also proved to be a boon for local athletes. The grandeur of these games has drawn widespread attention. As a result, today every young athlete on this island dreams of competing at the Khelo India Beach Games. Athletes also believe that these games are bringing about a historic transformation in the sporting landscape of Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu.
This gives me immense pleasure to see this at this level, because earlier we used to find the opportunity to go somewhere and fight. But here due to our PM, Mr. Modi, we got this platform and the people are coming to us. We are very, very happy. Being the host, we got the chance to participate in every category. My children, they have proved that they have the courage and strength and power to perform better.
The young athletes are full of enthusiasm and they believe that the Khelo India Beach Games have provided a golden opportunity to connect with sports and progress further.
Everyone is here very intrigued with the acknowledgement that there are so many sports here going on and with so much of enthusiasm and dedication. So I feel like the youth is very inspired and they will be trying for getting selected and performing for beach games.
Athletes from Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu have not only participated but also showcased their dominance across multiple disciplines. This has further strengthened the growth of a new sporting culture in the Union Territory. Sushil Kumar's report for DD India.
And that's all for this edition of DD India Live. You can get the latest news on the DD India mobile app on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code to download it. And we'll be back with more news as it breaks. I'm Ramesh Ramachandran. All of us here in New Delhi, thanks for watching DD India Live.